Okay.
Keep talking normally. Just give me a mic test.
All right.
Safely.
Sounds good.
Test 1, 2, 3. Sound good?
No distortion.
Okay.
Great. Do you want it to be any louder?
No, this is fine. I can change the volume here. I'd rather be twist.
Good morning. My name is Atticus Graysmith. I'm a member of the NCSU campus ministry. I'm also a member of the Worship Associates ministry at the Community Church of Chapel Hill. Whether you are here in person or watching at home, it's good to be with you this morning. It's good for all of us to be together. As we gather together this morning, let me share with you words from a nice nin. We do not grow absolutely chronologically. We grow sometimes in one dimension and not in another, unevenly. We grow partially. We are relative. We are mature in one realm, childish in another. The past, present, and future mingle and pull us backward, forward, or fix us in the present. We are made up of layers, cells, constellations. Come, my friends, with our hearts open to both the challenges and possibilities that this new day and new week bring, with our hearts to all that inspires, sustains, redeems, and transforms us. Come, let us worship together.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. Our dreams, and they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart. Like, why are we here, and where do we go, and how come it's so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at the stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. These moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings or brings new things. For tomorrow night, you see that they'll be gone too. Too many things I have to do, but if all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'd be under the impression somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. Hey now and when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, and there is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing, we're better together.
flaming chalice is the symbol of the Unitarian Universalist tradition, the liberal religious tradition to which this congregation belongs. Will those of you here in person please stand as you are able for our chalice lighting? If you have a chalice at home, I invite you to light it with me at this time. As we kindle this flame, we recommit ourselves to nurturing the spirits of one another and the common good of the world we share. May the light of this flame be welcoming to all who seek a liberal religious home. For those of you already standing, I invite you to remain standing for our opening hymn. Our opening hymn this morning is number 346, Come Sing a Song With Me.
Hello. My name is Jefferson. I'm a member of the NCSU campus ministry and the AV team, and I'm glad to serve as part of your worship team this morning. Whether you are a first-time visitor or a long-time member, I'd like to offer you a special welcome. Here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Raleigh, we are intentionally inclusive, liberally religious, and actively serving the common good of our shared world. Whoever you are, and wherever you are, on your own religious journey, you are welcome here. This morning, Judy Keys, one of our lay ministers, will be available in the front right corner of our sanctuary after the service to talk with anyone who might be experiencing any difficult circumstances in their lives and would like to talk to somebody. I hope all of you will read through the chalice you received by email on Friday about everything happening here around UUFR, or check out the upcoming events section of our website. I'd like to highlight a few things. Next Saturday, April 5th, is our monthly Saturday social. We will have a potluck starting at 5:30 p.m. At 6:30 p.m., we will have 4 different activities available. A multi-generational game in Founders Hall. We will have a song swap, a chance for musicians to share music, Our environmental justice ministry team will show the film Cooked, Survival by Zip Code. And for the first time ever, we will have our very own labyrinth set up for people to walk as a spiritual practice. Please sign up on the front page of our website or in the chalice to bring something for the potluck. A limited number of childcare spots are available for children 6 and under if you sign up ahead of time. Next Sunday, April 6th, we will have our annual blessing of the animals during both worship services. Please see the chalice or our website for more details. Our in-person social hour will be held downstairs in Founders Hall. I now invite you to meet and greet your neighbor.
Alrighty. I hope that you'll be able to finish these conversations during coffee hour after the service. This is the time in our service when we acknowledge some of the joys and sorrows of our community. We do this because we believe a joy shared is a joy made greater, and a sorrow shared is made easier to bear. Ken Walsh shares his joy that both of his parents are recovering after their hospitalizations almost 2 weeks ago, but he's looking forward to returning home in Raleigh. The LGBTQIA+ inclusion team shares their joy for celebrating Trans Day of Visibility, which happens tomorrow, March 31st. Founded in 2009, this is a day dedicated to uplifting and honoring the lives, contributions, and resilience of transgender and non-binary people. As attacks on trans rights continue to escalate, many trans individuals are facing increased fear and marginalization, with some feeling compelled to retreat from public life. Now more than ever, visibility and solidarity matter. In response, yesterday, UUFR came together to celebrate trans joy and resistance. Partnering with Raleigh Ecstatic Dance and Radical Healing, we hosted a transgender and non-binary ecstatic dance event with the theme Joy as Resistance. Through movement, connection, and celebration, we affirmed that trans joy is not just an act of self-expression. It is an act of defiance and resilience in the face of adversity. Together, we continue to stand in solidarity with the trans and non-binary community, ensuring that visibility is met with action, love, and unwavering support. Kirsten Adhikari and Rachel Upadhyay's father will be going into hospice care after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. We hold you in our hearts. As we hold these shared joys and sorrows in our hearts and reflect on the joys, sorrows, fears, and hopes of our own lives, let's be together in stillness and in silence, opening ourselves to that spirit within us and amidst us, called by many names but known to every human heart, that leads us to a fuller, deeper, richer experience of life. After the silence, we'll sing hymn 123, Spirit of Life, but now let's be together in stillness and silence.
Good morning. My name is Sandy Pierce, and I'm a member of your board of directors. Members of the board wear name tags, bright red, so that you can identify us, and we'll be down in the social hour after the service, so you can come and chat, ask questions, or share any concerns. Friends, we are in the middle of our annual generosity campaign, when we ask every member and friend of UUFR to make a financial pledge to support our congregation during our upcoming fiscal year, which starts July 1st. We're hosting neighborhood meetings in the homes of UUFR members in March and April. You can sign up for one of dozens of meetings based on where you live or when there's a convenient meeting scheduled for you. What's in it for you? You'll have a chance to meet wonderful other UURFR members and friends, share your dreams about UUFR, including your hopes about our search for a new minister. At the end of each meeting, you will get a pledge packet. So let's see how we're doing. Raise your hand if you have already attended or signed up for a neighborhood meeting. Yay. Doing good. But we want everybody to be able to raise their hand. So you can attend one of these meetings by signing up in the Chalice. There is a place for neighborhood meetings. And there's also on our website a neighborhood meetings section. So you can sign up at uufr.org. The people who've attended these meetings so far said that they were very warm and engaging. There is no hard sell at these meetings. After all, I'm not a good salesperson. We will share information and talk, and it's up to you how you respond with your financial gifts. If you haven't signed up, sign up by tomorrow. If you have your phone with you, you can do that now through the Chalice or through the UUFR website. The gatherings are happening all over Wake County, and there is childcare for several of these. As an example, our financial donations support our wonderful campus ministry program, our amazing family ministry program, our outstanding choir, and the many social justice projects that we do in our wider community. This happens because of your financial gifts. So it's now time for our offering, and you can make a contribution in person at one of the plates at the front. Raise your hand if you'd like an usher to come to you. You can give by methods that are listed on our screen. Our offering will be given and gratefully received.
Hello, my name is Felix. I'm a member of the NCSU Campus Ministry, and I'm here to read you Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees and the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Thank you.
Guys, that's my roommate. Not to brag or anything. Shout out Felix. Okay. Good morning. My name is Catherine. I'm currently the president of campus ministry at NC State, which I do want to shout out. That was Atticus's idea. I just took the lead, but we really have Atticus to thank for that. Okay. The majority of kids who grow up UU do not end up staying involved with it after high school. I always knew this would not be the case for me. I have attended the Eno River UU Fellowship in Durham since I was a baby and have loved every bit of it. When I finally got to college, though, I had no way of staying involved. I was living in the dorms without a car, so I couldn't attend a service in person. There was no campus ministry group yet, and sleeping in on Sunday sounded a lot more appealing than watching a recorded service where I couldn't interact with my friends like I used to. So when UUFR's wonderful Dana Lundquist told me that she and some other NC State UUs wanted to start a campus ministry, I was so excited to be back in a community again. UUism feels like home to me. It is a safe space where I can be myself and explore my values with people I know love and respect me for who I am. This can be a hard thing to find in college. I immediately jumped on the opportunity to become president of our campus ministry because when I am passionate about something, I simply will not shut up about it. It has been an incredible honor and pleasure to navigate what it means to be UU in college and how to provide a meaningful experience for other students through a leadership role. My job sometimes just looks like finding opening words for our meetings or collecting RSVPs, and sometimes it is leading entire meetings and recruiting new members. I'm sure many of you have felt the internal panic of not knowing what to say when someone asks you, what even is Unitarian Universalism? Somehow, I was able to welcome a few of my friends into our group, including my roommate, my coworkers, and a friend from choir. But you can't recruit new people with just the promise of free snacks. You have to provide a meaningful experience that they will want to come back to. Our meetings are really special because our conversations will range from current events to how classes are going, to deep insights on philosophical issues, to borderline group therapy. It gives us the time to take a break from our classes and really stop and think about how we're doing and who we are as people, not just students. It's obvious that the majority of the university doesn't know that we exist, and that's okay. I had the opportunity to speak with a writer for The Technician, one of NC State's newspapers. I mentioned that being a religious minority on campus almost makes it feel a little more special. We are a tight-knit group, but that means we have more time for each other. Just because our impact is just within our small circle doesn't mean that it is not still an impact. As I prepare to graduate this semester, I cannot even begin to stress how crucial this group has been to getting me through the stressful times that college brings, and I'm sure many of my fellow members feel the same way. It is just as meaningful to create special moments for yourself, even if no one else knows about them. Now, I don't want this to just be a report on everything we've done for the past 2 years. This isn't just about our small campus group. I want to invite you all to think about how you can be more welcoming and inviting in your own community. This could be here at UUFR, it could be your workplace, your neighborhood, or even just within your homes. How can you make someone's day a little bit brighter? How can you provide a safe space where someone feels included? This could be by welcoming someone to join a UU space, regardless of their religious background, or it could be completely unrelated to religion. This is what Unitarian Universalism is all about, really. It is not just free snacks and deep talks. It is how we treat other people and how we live our lives every single day. I hope that my fellow members and I, as well as all of you, will go forward knowing that we matter. We will always have people who care about us, and we can provide that for other people as well. If I've learned anything from my experience as president of this group, it's that you don't have to change the entire world to make a meaningful difference. Now, if you're a young adult interested in joining our campus ministry group, please talk to me, to Dana, or one of our other members. You don't have to be an NC State student. We have members from Wake Tech, from Meredith, and people not in college currently. We would love to have you join us. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Olivia, and I am here today to share how growing up as a Unitarian Universalist shaped my life. Even if I only went on Sundays, I firmly believe that the community church of Chapel Hill had a stronger influence on who I am today than any other aspect of my childhood. Although I could spend hours flipping through the pages of things I learned there, the most important thing I took away was how to interact with the world around me as well as myself. My absolute favorite activity on Sunday mornings was sit spots. The instructions were simple. Walk into the woods, find a place away from people, sit there, and take a moment to just exist with the life around you. Despite how simple this activity is, it is shocking how little motivation and time I have to replicate it. I believe the recent flashbacks of these memories serve as a reminder to follow my heart, even if it is a difficult time to do so. We live in a world that feeds on our biological reward pathways to twist us into poor choices followed by regret and guilt. We, as individual people, do not fit in this world anymore. It is not designed for us. It is designed to capitalize off of biology by surrounding us with so much dopamine, we lose the feeling of it altogether. In a world where we don't have to fight to survive, every day, survival instincts become harmful instead of helpful. They convince our brains that there are things more important than living. In college especially, pressure is coming from the many directions, and it is easy to break under the current of it. I have found myself struggling to make sense of life and meaning. How am I supposed to find meaning in a world that has lost all meaning to me? I believe the only answer to meaning lives in our childhood, when we got to just experience life. Only a small percentage of my genome is different than a starfish, yet humans seem to have a tendency to build God complexes. I like to tell myself we aren't so different when you look at life differently. Does a starfish think about what their neighbor thinks of them, or when their taxes are due? I think starfish enjoy life a lot more than we do. I enjoyed life a lot more as a child, when my biggest worry was what my mom packed for lunch and not what if the world ends tomorrow. When life gets too fast, you really can just stop. We are still animals, regardless of if you work a 9 to 5 or how many assignments you have due. I am not so different from the tree I sat next to every month in sit spots, or the squirrels I heard fighting in the trees above me. I will not pretend to know if squirrels have found meaning in this world, but if they have, I guarantee it did not come from neon billboards. The most important thing you can do in your life is live it, which has been made into quite the challenge now. Challenge nonetheless, I encourage you to turn away from the neon billboards and turn back to what made you into who you are. There, you will find your meaning in this life. Thank you.
There's water underneath just about every bridge I ever set my feet on. So I'd like to give the benefit of of doubt to those I just can't get a read on. Oh, 'cause when I think I'm doing pretty good, there's always something else. Oh, 'cause every time I think that I have learned all that I need about the world, I'll learn a little more. I've never listened too much, but so many times I've wished I hadn't spoken. If I could see through anger, would I discover people that are broken or hurting? Oh, I think that that would change my whole view, and probably change yours too. Oh, 'cause every time I think that I have learned all that I need about the world, I'll learn a little more. Talking heads on TV and writers without blocks. Maybe instead of speculating on what we really know nothing about, those words are helping no one out. Let's all learn a little more.
Good morning. My name's Andy. I joined UUFR and the campus ministry a little less than a year ago with my beautiful girlfriend, who's in the front row right now. I like to embarrass her. I moved into my apartment near campus last fall. After 3 weeks, I realized something strange. I didn't know a single person in my building. Not one name, not one story. We passed each other in hallways with polite nods or avoided eye contact entirely. In a building full of people, I felt completely alone. This anonymous existence isn't unique to my apartment building. It reflects a broader reality across our campus and our society. We exist in proximity without connection. We share physical spaces without sharing ourselves. College students today report higher levels of loneliness than previous generations, despite, perhaps because of, our hyper-connected digital lives. The reality is sobering. Look around any campus classroom, dining hall, or dormitory, and you'll see it. Behind 2/3 of those faces lies an experience of loneliness. That student with headphones, the one who always sits alone, the pair scrolling through social media side by side without speaking, the group laughing together where one smile doesn't quite reach the eyes. We are surrounded by isolation, even in our crowded spaces. And this isn't just sad, it's dangerous. The loneliness that pervades our campuses is linked to profound psychological distress, making it not just a social challenge, but a public health crisis. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy declared loneliness an epidemic with physical health consequences comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. This epidemic has only worsened in recent years, with campus cultures that often prioritize digital connection over authentic community. When I first visited our UU campus ministry, I wasn't looking for a solution to loneliness. I was simply curious about a community that embraced both spiritual questions and a general sense of justice. What I found, however, was something I didn't know I needed: authentic connection. In our small group ministry sessions, I discovered a radical alternative to the isolation I had accepted as normal. Here was a space where people weren't performing or competing, they were simply being. So much of college socializing feels transactional. Joining clubs to build resumes, attending networking events to make professional connections, participating in forced icebreakers that feel almost bureaucratic in their artificiality. But in our UU space, we are freed from that checkbox mentality, where difficult questions were welcomed, not avoided, where diversity of thought was celebrated, not feared, where we could explore our spirituality together while wrestling with life's big questions. Our UU principles, particularly the way we accept one another completely and encourage each other's spiritual journeys, created something rare. A community where I could be fully myself while connecting deeply with others who are different from me. In our small groups, we practice deep listening, not just waiting for our turn to speak, but truly hearing one another. Through these experiences, I've come to understand loneliness differently. Perhaps it isn't just a personal problem to overcome, but a reminder of our fundamental need for community. The UU campus ministry hasn't eliminated loneliness from my life, but has given me tools to face it. The practice of reaching out instead of withdrawing, the courage to be vulnerable, the faith that meaningful connection is possible, even in a fragmented world. One of my favorite authors, and also a Unitarian, Kurt Vonnegut, said, "What should young people do with their lives today?" Many things, obviously, but the most daring thing is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. He didn't call community building safe or easy. He called it daring. In a world that celebrates individual achievement, gratification, and comfort above all else, choosing to commit to others, to show up consistently, to be vulnerable, to compromise, is indeed a radical act. When he described loneliness as a terrible disease, Vonnegut wasn't being metaphorical. Decades before science confirmed it, he understood what isolation does to the human spirit, and his prescription wasn't casual socializing or superficial networking. It was stable communities, communities that endure, communities with roots, communities where people know your name, notice your absence, and welcome your turn. Our UU campus ministry and UUFR as a whole is exactly this kind of community. Not because we're perfect, we're not, but because we're intentional. We keep showing up. We keep making space. We keep practicing the skills of connection even when it's difficult. And in doing so, we're not just curing our own loneliness. We're learning how to build the world we wish to see. Thank you.
Good morning. Why am I here in this sanctuary right now? What brings me to this beloved place? People I meet are often shocked when they discover that I work at and volunteer with a church. Young adults are the least likely age demographic to actively participate in a faith community. Further, I was raised non-religious, I'm a member of the queer community, and I even find myself at odds with many beliefs, ideals, or even values commonly espoused by my fellow Unitarian Universalists. Then what brings me here? There are 3 reasons that feel most important, most motivating in my choice to be here today. First, this church, this community, has been actively inclusive. Second, the Unitarian Universalist faith embraces collective and pluralist decision-making. Finally, the compassion we extend beyond these walls, the work we do in support of marginalized and struggling people. I want to talk about these because I believe that it is important to impart these strengths into our personal practice and community, perhaps especially elsewhere. It can often be more difficult to strive for these ideals in spaces where they are not also expectations. What does it mean to be actively inclusive? We cannot be welcoming if there is no place for one to feel welcome. I am very lucky to have had the opportunity to graduate early, but it has, in many ways, been quite isolating. The intentional choice to make campus ministry welcoming to all emerging adults has allowed me to feel welcome and accepted in a space I otherwise would have missed dearly. Now, what makes inclusion active? We must strive to be inviting, not just in our passive demeanor, but in our direct interaction. For some, myself included, this can be an act of vulnerability. I myself have tried to overcome fears of rejection and the guilt of imposing. I'm going to keep trying, and I would encourage you to as well. Our collective pluralist governance practice is an understated gift. As Unitarians, our faith has a long history of adamantly supporting the separation of church and state, dating back to our Transylvanian origins in the 1600s. I think sometimes today, our language can forget that state and government are not synonymous. I believe that church is, at its core, a form of governance. Now, Unitarian Universalism has provided me the opportunity to participate in a governance that not only values diversity of backgrounds and ideals, but also one that values discussion towards consensus. At no point in my lifetime could I consider my federal, state, or even local government to meet that measure. I am grateful for my experience in a more just, democratic system, which has impassioned me towards making change. I know it has done the same for many of you, and will continue to do so. This leads us to my last and perhaps most critical gratitude and spiritual charge to each of us. The origin of the flaming chalice is a story many of you are probably already familiar with. It is particularly special to me. The symbol was designed in 1940 by a Jewish Austrian refugee living in Lisbon named Hans Deutsch for the Unitarian Service Committee, an organization championed by Martha and Waitstill Sharp. The Sharps established an underground railroad using their network of offices and contacts across Europe to help refugees fleeing the Holocaust, using the flaming chalice as a mark. When I was living in Prague last year, feeling isolated from my faith community, a mention of the Sharps and the Service Committee in one of the many remembrance sites I visited helped me feel connected in faith, a connection found in a sea of fascist atrocities. Hans Deutsch designed the chalice, believing it in part symbolized love, loyalty, hope, heart. We have gone on to democratically elevate this emotion to the value ideal at the center of our faith. I'm unsure if this remains sufficient. You see, Hans Deutsch had another emotion-turned humanist ideal in mind. He, as well as the Sharps, in the face of the horrors of fascism and the Holocaust, embraced compassion, or as he put it, sacrifice. I am weary of love without compassion, for loyalty without universal consideration is plainly bigotry, and hope without universal consideration is blindingly ignorant. Compassion asks that we consider and that we care for others as we care for ourselves, our families, and this beloved community. Only when we confront our own complicity can we begin to make change. We must be the church of the open mind. We must be the church of the loving heart. We must be the church of the helping hands. That's why I am here. Amen. Is hymn number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
Hi, there we go. Good morning. This one is a round. So Winchild will play it all the way through. We will sing it all the way through in unison, and then we will sing it 3 times in imitation. I will lead this half of the congregation, and Catherine will lead that half of the congregation.
As this time of worship draws to a close, I call upon the wisdom of Frank Holmes. Life does not call us merely to do over and over again what we have already done, nor does it call us to act out as puppets, parts already assigned to us. No. In the midst of a situation which is itself ever-changing, we are free to bring into realization new relationships of understanding and goodwill, and new acts of courage. Amen.